What up, y'all? What is good? Welcome back to Instant Replay, the Daily Show. All right, it's Thursday. It's the 2nd of October. We are in October, which is October is looked upon as like it's a great sports month, man. I can't even lie. It's the only time in the entire calendar year that the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, and hockey all play. There's some preseason stuff in there, yeah, I know. But it's the only time all four of those sports are like actively going in the calendar year. So October's a great sports month, man. Fall classic, you know what I mean? Major League Baseball playoffs going on right now. Dodgers swept. Shouts out to the homie V, the co-host of this show, who won't be here today. Work comes a calling. So before I get into anything else, there is an announcement, and I sort of posted about this a few days ago on social media. So your boy got promoted at work, and I'm gonna be moving to another shift. So for those of you who are unaware, I am a third shifter. I've been on third shift for a little bit of time, and so that's why this show is at 7 a.m. I get off work at 6 a.m. I'm like, yo, get home, get my stuff together, let's go. You know what I mean? Which is when I used to work first shift, I used to go live pretty close to after I got off work. So I tried to keep that trend going when it came to this. But starting next week, starting on Monday, the showtime is kind of a drastic change. Those of you who have been watching at 7 a.m., I apologize. You're just gonna have to catch the replay the next morning if these are the hours that allow you to watch. In other words, what I'm saying, if you're versatile with your hours, if you can move around, fine. But starting on Monday, instant replay will go to Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Now, the show, obviously it's Monday at 7 a.m. or it's Thursday at 7 a.m. It was Monday and Thursday at 7. And the only problem with keeping it on Thursdays at 10 p.m. is that it's right smack dab in the middle of a Thursday night football game. So we're not doing that. So Monday and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. because I get off at 9 p.m. now. And so at 10 p.m., instant replay will be live at those times. So announcement times. I was just letting everybody know that that sort of that change that's coming. Anybody who's been expecting to see the show at 7 a.m., there is a change. So anybody just now joining, Instant Replay Daily is moving to Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So because your boy got promoted and my schedule has totally flipped and changed to the point where I'll be getting off, early evening. Well, I'd say probably right in the evening, 9 p.m. I think about 9 p.m. is the evening, right? Or no, 9 p.m. might be night. I don't know. Anyway, the show is moving to 10 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. So that's some news I just wanted to get out of the way real quick. Other news we got. I mean, look, first bye weeks of the season is popping. Tyreek Hill got hurt the other night, which was crazy. I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you watch football, you've seen the video. Tyreek Hill got hurt. Brock Purdy also is going to be out tonight versus the Rams. He had the toe injury. Thought he might be able to go last week. They decided to go with Mac Jones. Didn't end up too well for them. Obviously, they lost that game. And so Purdy they were hoping he could get back in there and play tonight. Not going to happen. Purdy out versus the Rams. So I wonder what that toe injury is. Is it turf toe? I mean, I know the biggest turf toe injury so far this season has to be Joe Burrow, with him missing lots of time, 3 months with that thing. So it's going to be a while before he makes his way back to it. So, so I just want to put that out there with the new dates and times. Let's jump right in it, man. College football, give you guys a weekend preview. All right, here we go. Bring this up right here. College football coming this weekend. Let's scroll through. For some reason, it won't let me select the top 25. I don't know why. It always lets me select the top 25 so I could sort of just scroll through the top games of the week. Not letting me do it right now for whatever reason. Cool. Let's go down. Sam Houston, New Mexico State tonight. Tomorrow night, Western Kentucky, Delaware, Charlotte, South Florida, New Mexico, San Jose State, West Virginia, BYU, and Colorado State, San Diego State. Those are the Friday night games. Let's move to Saturday. Obviously, this is the big one for your boy. We need to balance Kentucky at Georgia, 12 noon. I will be seated, and let's just say I hope it's the dogs need to put it to them. They need to take their frustrations out. This don't need to be a close game after losing to Alabama last week. It just doesn't. Iowa State, Cincinnati at 12 as well. Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Purdue, Boston College versus Pittsburgh, Clemson, North Carolina. Hey, this is I don't know if you guys saw, there was like this interview that ESPN had where they had Bill Belichick and Dabo Swinney sort of do this interview together way before the season started. I want to say, I think it came out, I think they premiered it week 1 of the college football season, but I think they did it way before that. And it was a good interview, a good get together, a good exchange between the two. Now we get to see, because Bill Belichick could do the craziest thing ever, Katie. If he beats Clemson, Clemson is 1-4, and whoa, baby. Kansas State at Baylor, Air Force, Navy at 12 p.m. Also, Army at UAB at 12 p.m. Ohio, Ball State, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, UTSA at Temple, Campbell, North Carolina State, Western Michigan at Massachusetts, UMass, Oklahoma State at Arizona, Penn State at UCLA, trying to get themselves a get-back game. Penn State absolutely needs it. Texas, I'm sure they thought this game was going to be nicer than this on paper before the season started, right? Texas, Florida. This is something to keep an eye on at 3:30. This is the one to keep an eye on at 3:30. Vanderbilt 5-0 against Alabama 3-1. If I had to pick, I'd pick Alabama, obviously, to win this game. Even though I'm a Georgia fan, I got to be real with myself. But would not be surprised if Vanderbilt was to pull the upset here. Would not be surprised, bro. I mean, they're only 6 spots back, and they're playing good football, man. And yes, I do know that we got Vandy coming up as well. This is a matchup. It could either go, there's a bunch of ways it could go, obviously, but Alabama could just straight run away with this thing. And that be that, right? And y'all be like, see, you was acting like that was a big game last Thursday. It wasn't shit. True. But we'll see. Boise State, Notre Dame at 3:30. Virginia, Louisville, Washington, Maryland, Louisiana, Monroe at Northwestern. Oregon State and App State. Syracuse at SMU. Florida International, UConn. James Madison at Georgia State. Central Michigan at Akron. Eastern Michigan at Buffalo. Miami of Ohio at Northern Illinois. Kent State at number 5, Oklahoma. Disgusting game. That's probably it. Michigan State at Nebraska. Texas State at Arkansas State. Coastal Carolina at Old Dominion. Texas Tech at Houston. Yo. That's a game, y'all. Texas Tech at Houston. That's a game, bro. They put up a lot of points, both these teams do. I'm kind of excited. You know, I might have to tune in, man. Because it's when Georgia's not playing, the slate is open for your boy. As far as picking games to watch, I usually have a couple of them going where I can just go back to the channel and check on it or whatever. But I will tell you this. I'll be tuned into that. UNLV at Wyoming. South Alabama at Troy. Florida Atlantic at Rice. Minnesota at Ohio State. Sneaky good game. Miami at Florida State. The game. This going to be the one. This going to be the one that when I'm not watching this game, I'm watching this game, right? Mississippi State, Texas A&M, not a slouch of a game either. SEC, 2 opponents that, if they ever both wore their colored jerseys on the field, imagine how you wouldn't be able to tell who was who. Like at a real level, not just a brighter red. No, they wear the same color maroons up in this thing. All right, Colorado at TCU. Kansas at University of Central Florida, Tulsa at Memphis, Duke at California, and Nevada at Fresno State to end off the weekend of college football. So yeah, man, we got some games, bro. We got some games. Besides me being a Georgia fan, look, if Kentucky can make the Georgia game must-watch TV, let me get this straight. That's the kind of game that shouldn't be must-watch TV by any stretch. Georgia should run away with that. But again, we just lost to Bama. Let's see what they made of. Let's see what Georgia's made of. It shouldn't be a thing, but obviously we know. But again, man, Vanderbilt, Alabama, 3:30 p.m. Texas, Florida, also 3:30 p.m. Then when you get to the later slate, like I was talking about, the Texas Tech Houston game, I think, is going to be 1,000 points to 1,000 points. Like 100 points scored in the game by each team, not cumulative score. That's what I think might happen. And then obviously Miami, Florida State at 7:30 p.m. That Florida battle, that rivalry down there in South Florida is going to be nice, man. So that's a little taste of the college football, right? College football. Let's jump to some NFL stuff, man. First off, let's go with these power rankings, man. The power rankings are out there for the NFL season. Came out the other day. Obviously, that's one of the things we get to before we get the game picks. Here we go. Power rankings. Let's start at the top or let's start at the bottom and make our way back. All right, here we go. At number 32, Tennessee Titans, rookie quarterback. Frustrating day. Cam Ward had trouble hiding his irritation after the game. It's hard to blame him, even number one overall. He has a. It's funny to me to hear him say some of the stuff, but then like they just say his play hasn't elevated. So let's see. Although he doesn't have time to do anything, right? New Orleans Saints ranked number 31, up a spot because that team right there, they played a little bit worse, I'm guessing. New York Jets 0-4, down 2 spots to number 30. Miami Dolphins. Las Vegas Raiders at 28. Carolina Panthers at 27. The New York Football Giants at 26. Cleveland Browns at 25. The Cincinnati Bengals at 24. New England Patriots, they continue to fall, man. That Joe Burrow injury is catastrophic, it's seeming. New England Patriots up 4 spots. I think they're going to rise this week, y'all. I might have a crazy game pick for y'all. Dallas Cowboys up 2 spots. Houston Texans at 21. Obviously, Dallas Cowboys tied with the Packers. I talked about that at length Monday morning. No need to go back to that game. Houston Texans at number 21, up 2 spots. After getting their first dub of the season, the Atlanta Falcons up 2 spots after evening their record against the Carolina Panthers. Anyway, Arizona Cardinals down a spot, 2-2. The Chicago Bears up a spot, catch themselves a dub this week. Minnesota Vikings dropped 2 spots down to number 17 as Carson Wentz got the success he had last week didn't translate enough to this week. Baltimore Ravens dropped 9 spots, bro. 9 spots for the Ravens, man. They hurting. There's some hurt there. Lamar Jackson injured, won't be playing for the foreseeable future the next couple games, and they're 1-3. It wasn't like Lamar got hurt and they were undefeated like you would expect them to be at this time of season. At least only lost 1 game, maybe just 2 games, because they have played the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills in this first 4 games of the season. But man, I don't know, man. Ravens, man, crazy. San Francisco 49ers dropped 3 spots after losing their first game of the season, which is, okay. Pittsburgh Steelers up 2 spots. Pittsburgh showing a little something. Low resiliency, man. They're 3-1. Won that first game of the season against the Jets. Then laid an egg against Seattle week 2. So everybody's like, wait, are they good? Are they not? Are they good? And then obviously they pulled off 2 more straight wins in that. After that, in Ireland against the Vikings. So maybe that might have had something to do. Jacksonville Jaguars up 4 spots. They're 3-1, which is surprising. Didn't think they'd be in this position at this point in the season. But hey, they went to San Francisco and clapped them, bro. Went to San Francisco and won that game. They traveled all the way. Like, you want to talk about teams, the only way they would have went further traveling across the country is if they would have went to Seattle, right? So let's go. Jacksonville Jaguars, number 13, man. Denver Broncos up 2 spots to number 12. They're 2-2. Obviously, they played against the Bengals, man. Like, I mean, their defense is good enough to clap them boys up. They're hurting right now. Washington Commanders at number 11, down 3 spots. Without Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, they still put up 27 points, but Atlanta was they was in their bag that game. Indianapolis Colts fall a spot after losing their first game of the season. Kansas City Chiefs up 2 spots after winning against Baltimore. See, they lost to a really good team that's in the top 5. I haven't even seen the top 5 of the power rankings, and I think the Rams are going to be there, right? They lost to the Rams. That's their only loss of the season. I got the benefit of the doubt that we all give the Kansas City Chiefs. We all give them the benefit of the doubt. I think Indianapolis should be here. Kansas City should be here. They were 11 last week. They should have jumped up 1 spot. They beat the Ravens, bruh. It's not like they beat the Bills. It's not like they beat the Lions. They beat the Ravens. No disrespect, but the Ravens defense is not that good. We've talked about it. They've had trouble so far this season. Could they turn it around? Of course. Everybody could turn it around. But I'm just saying, at the facts are the facts. The Ravens have given up a lot so far this season. And so I think Kansas City should be at 10 and Indianapolis should be at. Anyway, the Los Angeles Chargers at number 8. Drop 4 spots. Obviously lose their first game to the Giants. Yeah, this is right. This is as much as I thought the Giants played well, they didn't play well enough, I thought, to beat the Chargers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers dropped 2 spots. All right. That's a little bit to me. I'm like, wait, 2 spots? They only lost to the Eagles, bro. What we doing here, right? Anyway, Green Bay Packers, we're at number 6. We were there last week. We hadn't moved. I didn't think we would move after losing or sort of after tying Dallas. Look, there's a slogan I like to use from one of my homeboys, Sloan, who might make his way. Uncle Sloan might make his way back to the show. He was here the first couple seasons. If y'all remember the first couple seasons, Sloan was on the show. He's like, yeah, they got film on him. That's one of the best quotes ever. The 2 quotes of this show, if you did not know, number 1 is, if the clocks aren't at 0, shut the fuck up, right? That's number 1. And number 2 is, shit, they finally got film on them. So the Green Bay Packers defense, they got a little bit of film there where they explore some things. Also, I ain't going to get in that. The game was last week. So the Packers 2-1-1, first tie of the season. Seattle Seahawks up 8 spots. Seattle Seahawks are playing some nice football right now. Defense is playing nice right now. So, yeah, no, Seahawks, I think this is deserving right here. This is deserving right here. Let's move on up. The Los Angeles Rams up 6 spots to number 4. Lost against the Eagles last week, which everybody seems to do that has played them thus far this season, which is thus they're undefeated. I'll be on the Rams. They're nice, man. The Rams are nice. I'm a Stafford fan, and I think the Rams are nice. That's the one reason why I put Stafford on the thumbnail this week. So let's move on. Detroit Lions stay at number 3. Hadn't lost a game since week 1. As a matter of fact, I think they pulled a fast one on us, and I'll talk about that later. We'll see developments by mid-season when it comes to the Lions and the Packers, because I think Detroit pulled the wool over some people's eyes week 1. Not to take anything away from my Packers. Before anybody Packers fans say, whoa, what do you mean by that? They came in Lambeau vanilla week 1. Because the games they played since then, the plays that they've called, the certain sort of formations and things that they've done, we didn't see none of that week 1. And the defense was on their asses. But nah, Buffalo Bills at number 2, 4-0. Number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, which I think they belong there, best team in football. So, yeah, that's the power rankings, y'all. Power rankings. Damn, forgot my little power rankings graphic. Well, there goes that. All right, so anyway, as we move throughout, let's see what else I got. Yeah, Dolphins got their first dub this week. Let me go back to the games. Let's see. Brown said he let his AJ Brown from the Eagles said he let his frustrations boil over in cryptic post after the Eagles win over Bucks. Yeah, right. That's just what you say after you lose your cool and do something. Hey, he means that shit. Every time he doesn't get the, oh man, I can't make it millions of dollars. Michael Parsons, look at that. Okay, let's see. All right, let's get to these things, man. Let's get to these things real quick. Tyreek Hill obviously shouts out. I'm pretty sure that everybody saw the injury on the field and what happened to him with his leg. Dislocated the kneecap and tore like 3 ligaments in his knee. That's a lengthy. And his agent said he might be back next season. It's possible. It's possible. He heard it early enough this season to be back. Like a lot of times when you see cats miss whole seasons when it comes to cats that miss whole seasons when it comes to injuries, it usually happens mid-season to late season, right? After the middle of the season. When you catch a cat that in week 4 tears the ACL or whatever, there's a possibility that they could be back and ready like sometime the next season, man. It doesn't mean that they automatically have to miss like this large amount of what's missing this season is large amount of. Let's get it straight. They're still missing a large amount of time, but I think a lot of people associate when like certain people get hurt with that kind of injury, it always happens late. Like we're used to seeing it happen late. And I think we've seen a whole bunch of them happen early this season, whether you talk about Joe Burrow or Tyreek Hill or whatever that might be, or Brock Purdy, like who's missed a few games or whatever. So some early injuries on the season. So let's see. Let's go back right here. So y'all be taking a look at the power rankings. So yeah, again, last 2 games, Jets, Dolphins. Dolphins finally got their first dub, 27-21. Jets, man, I mean, some good looks from Justin Fields, man. But man, other than the runs, didn't look that good, man. And so, yeah, man, Dolphins, they play well. I seen 2 out there. Hey, look, real quick, I'm gonna get on this because I seen a lot of talk about it. It's unfair to defenders, man. The sport of football, as it stands today, both collegiate and professional, is very unfair to the defensive player. It just is. Quarterbacks can slide. They can do the Patrick Mahomes and act like they're going to go out of bounds and get a couple extra yards when they should be getting molly fucking whopped on the sideline. I think the rule change needs to happen. Quarterbacks who slide as late as Tua did, y'all know the play I'm talking about. They've shown it 1,000 times. Tua slides late. The defender gets cleats all up in his damn shins and shit, which is unsafe. Unsafe. The defender came over the top, kind of barely tapped Tua. Since Tua has this injury history with concussions, they give a personal foul for that shit. And on first look, I was like, oh yeah. Nah, bro. The NFL needs to look at this shit in the offseason. Quarterbacks should either get the fuck down or run and get treated like a runner. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when running backs come out the backfield and make 2 cuts, they can't just slide and let the defenders not hit him. That shit with Tua was fucked up. He should have got nailed, and there shouldn't have been a damn penalty. You do not, when you choose to slide that fucking late, that's on you. The rules have given you this cushion where you can slide. But when you choose to slide that late, same thing with Patrick Mahomes, man. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. He does that shit a lot where he runs toward the sideline, slows down like he's going out of bounds, and either lays a hit on the defender, which is fucked up. Because if the defender laid that same hit on Patrick Mahomes, what's happening to the defender? What's happening to him? I mean, they both came to the sideline with a head full of steam. What's happening to him? The rules have got to be looked at this offseason when it comes to quarterback runs, man, because that slide by Tua was too damn late. It was too damn late to get a penalty. And I'm telling you, when he slid like that, his cleats and his shit hit the defender in the shins. Hit the defender right in the shins. What the defender supposed to do, man? They had a disadvantage, bro. And I think the playing field needs to start being evened when it comes to this rule shit. When it comes to some of this stuff, when it comes to this quarterback runs, man. Because I'm all in favor of keeping the players safe. I like to see players play long careers. I don't like to see players carted off the field. I don't like to see players in concussion protocol. I don't like to see players miss games, no matter what team you're on. This is your life, your career. But the rules when it comes to quarterbacks leaving the fucking pocket and running, need to be examined and they need to be refurbished. Rules need to be refurbished, y'all. Because again, if you're watching this football show, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with what happened to Tua. Tua slid too late. And there was a run by Patrick Mahomes a couple games ago where he slowed down at the sideline, and then when the defender came up to him, who pulled up, Patrick Mahomes laid a hit on him. Late as a motherfucker. Not going to get called. That shit needs to come back, bro. The NFL Rules Committee, when this season is done with, because I know they ain't going to change shit throughout the season, you guys need to really, really put an emphasis on watching these quarterbacks run because they're taking too much advantage of the rules, man. And look, I'm all for taking advantage of the rules if the defense can do it also. See, the defense can't do it also. They try to take advantage of the rules. They getting personal fouls and shit for late hits. Fuck out of here with that nonsense, man. All right. So anyway, I just went on a tangent talking about the Dolphins-Jets game because that really made me mad to see Tua slide that late, and then the players are left. What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do going that fast, and the quarterback just stops on a dime? Anyway, and then Bengals, Broncos laid to smack it down. The Bengals, man, I didn't think it was going to look this bad without Joe Burrow, bro. I did not think it was going to look this bad without Joe Burrow, but, you know, here we are, man. Here we are. So, all right, about to wind the show down. Let's real quick get into some game picks. Let's go right here. Game picks for week 5 of the NFL season, man. Let me get into this. Hold up. Let's see. Make sure I got my stuff. First of all, I got to go back over last week's scores, last week's game picks for me and sorry, y'all. I had this thing set up and it just refreshed on my ass, and now it's like looking messed up. All right, so here we go. Obviously, this is the game picks from last week. In red are the picks that we mishandled. I talked about it on Monday's show where I had picked the Steelers and went back. Like, do we have this thing where up until the game, the Thursday night game kicks off, we're allowed to change our picks? And so I changed mine to Vikings because I was like, why am I picking this? And then the Steelers end up winning, right? So bad pick. So anyway, after that, right there, you can see the picks. Let me pull this back down. It's probably refreshed, which is, of course it is, yeah. So, pull this up right here. So far this season, here's our game picks for weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on the season, I'm 39 and 25. V is 38 and 26, or NR, whatever you want to call them. So we're neck and neck pretty much. There's only one game separating us throughout this season when it comes to game picks through 4 weeks. So let's see what happens after 5 weeks. I'll get his picks later. All right, man. Also, this is the first week of the NFL season with buys, right? As you know, if you've been listening to this show or watching Instant Replay long enough, you realize how I feel about bye weeks. I think that they should be grouped up right in the middle of the season within a month span. And that's it. There's no more bye weeks outside of that. Nobody should be having a fucking bye week in week 5. I think that is one of the most trash things of all time, bro. Trash things. But anyway, here we go. Let me see if I can get this in here. All right. So y'all can see that. So 49ers, Rams. I got to go Rams, bro. I'm sorry. Rams at home. Rams playing good football. I don't know what V will pick because he hadn't sent his picks in yet, or else I would have him on there. Vikings, Browns. I'm going Vikings, man. Ain't no damn way. Let's see. Texans at Ravens. This is rough. I'm going to go Texans, bro. Lamar Jackson out for a couple weeks with the strain. The defense isn't playing well. If the Ravens defense continues to play like it's been playing, where it's like not playing on the level that we expected, I think this is the get back game for the Texans. I know they got their first dub last week, but this is one of them games. The defense is not playing well. You might as well come in here and see if you can throw up a bunch of points. Dolphins, Panthers. I think the Dolphins, this is such a game, dude. You know what? Give me the Dolphins, man. Give me the Dolphins. Give me the Fins going to Carolina and taking care of business. Raiders, Colts. Colts at home, bro. I gotta go with them. They back home too. I know the Raiders looking to make some moves, but that's a hard task with the 3-1 Colts. Now, if the Raiders come in there and they beat the Colts, then you talking about the Colts were they fluky in the first 3 games, right? Right. Same thing you should be asking about Packers. Same thing you should ask about the Packers. Were they fluky the first 2 games? That's the same thing I'm saying you should ask about the Colts, man, if they get beat by the Raiders at home, man. Not any shade thrown at the Raiders, but they hadn't played up to their potential this season, and I think the Colts were good through 3 weeks, got clapped up last week, so let's see, man. Giants, Saints. I think the Jackson Dart train keeps going. Giants wins that. Cowboys, Jets. I'm going to go Cowboys, man. I'm going Cowboys rolling in New York on turf because you know what? They can put up some points. If you are to believe that the Packers have a pretty good defense, which everybody was sure enough on that train leading up to last week's game, the Cowboys put a lot of points. They put up 40, bruh. 40 points on us. So, yeah, there we go. Broncos, Eagles. Eagles. They're at home. I'm going to go with the Eagles. Titans, Cardinals. All right? I'm going Cardinals, man. I don't know if I have any I don't know how much confidence I have in the Titans, man. No disrespect, but they just haven't played well. Rookie quarterback is kind of struggling. And so, yeah. Bucks, Seahawks. This right here, the only difference in this game that I think is the Seahawks home field advantage. They got the 12th man. I think that's going to be the difference here. Otherwise, battle. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Bucks. You know what, though? Nah. I got to leave that. Lions, this is not even up for debate at all. Commanders, Chargers. Give me Chargers. They're at home. Patriots, Bills, y'all. Now, I do something on this show if you're new here and hadn't seen it yet. When we do game picks, at least one pick, I coin flip it, right? I got this coin flip app, and I do the coin flip just for fun. And it's also, I also try to pick a game where it's like it's going to be a difficult thing to sort of pick, right? Oh, let's see. Let's get this thing up here. Okay, relax, coin flip simulator. All right, so, Patriots, Bills, man. I know everybody out there probably like, come on now, Bills. I think we might have a little something here tonight. Hey, man. Sunday Night Football. I know everybody out there watching saying you a dumbass motherfucker for not picking the damn Bills. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to coin flip that thing. Heads, New England. Tails, Buffalo Bills. Y'all, let's go. Oh, damn. I didn't let y'all see it, man. My bad. Here we go. Heads, New England. Tails, Buffalo Bills. All right, man. You know what? I'm picking New England. I ain't gonna do y'all because when I flipped it and it wasn't up on the camera, it had heads. So that is I'm going Patriots, man. Yeah, I don't want to do y'all like that. I did flip it and I thought it was on the screen like I just mentioned, and it did come. And then Chiefs Jaguars. This has become a sneaky good game. Chiefs 2-2. Right, Jaguars 3-1. Man, this is that's a game, bro. Monday Night Football, Chiefs Jaguars, Chiefs 2-2 Jaguars. I mean, Jaguars playing some good football, man. However, Kansas City, I think, is about to go down there and sort of do their thing, man. They're getting some players back. So Chiefs, I got Chiefs for Chiefs Jaguars. Just let y'all see it here. And then as we go to the games, obviously Chief Jaguars, and again, teams on bye. First bye week of the season. You got the Steelers at 3-1, Packers and Falcons and Bears all on the bye. Again, every single time I talk about a bye before like week 7 or 8, I will express my frustration and anger for bye weeks that early in the season. The NFL just got to do it, man. You just got to do it. Oh, one thing I had suggested was that they just have a weekend in the middle of the season where there's no games. No games. Everybody takes their bye week at the same fucking time. How would that be? How crazy? I mean, look, you could do something else that weekend. I'm not saying because NFL, I mean, obviously money is their biggest concern. They don't want to lose viewership and money in the middle of the season. You know what I bet? Because college football will still be on. If you would change the NFL season to one bye week, every single team is off the same fucking week. That way, nobody can come up, oh, our bye week was early. That's why we was trashed this season. Our bye week was too late. We didn't get the rest up. If NFL gives every single team the same bye week, I guarantee you there's a lot of NFL fans out there that probably be happy. A lot of NFL fans will probably be like, you know what? Now I can schedule a Sunday right in the middle of the season. I can take the wife and kids out, right? So I ain't glued to the TV. I got that little break in the middle where I can be like, hey, honey, you want to do this on Sunday? We go do that, right? Or your honey-do list or whatever you got to do, chores, anything. If the NFL was to go to this one bye in the middle of this, and I know they're talking about extending the season another game, which would give 2 byes, which I'm down for as well. But as the current standing, the current NFL season with one bye week, right in the middle. Put it right in every single team is off the same week. I think it would be glorious, man. And again, football fans would love it because that way, right in the middle of the season, you could do some fun stuff with the fans. If you're used to sitting on the couch all day Sunday, right? If you're one of them cats, like it'll give you a little break. You know what I'm saying? You know, that way you ain't got to juggle cutting the grass on Saturday or Sunday because college football, NFL, college football, like you ain't got to do none of that. NFL. If you're watching, one bye week for every single team, the same fucking weekend right in the middle of the season. Right in the middle of the season. Everybody off. That way you can miss them complaints, right? Anyway, I don't know if that sounds ludicrous. Y'all let me know, man, because I'm just suggesting stuff. I'm just suggesting. And again, I have to announce to y'all, bring this up real quick. This was an announcement that was made. Your boy got promoted. I will be... Right now, I'm a third shift worker. I get off work at 6 a.m. every morning. That's why this show is at 7 a.m. But starting on Monday, I'm going back to working days. And, evenings, I'd say that. Like, pretty much like mid-evenings. So the show will be moving. And I think this will help a lot of people out who aren't sort of up this early to watch. But the show will be moving to Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. EST. Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m. or Eastern time. The show will be live. Then I get off at 9 p.m. starting on Monday, and so the show will be at 10 p.m. And I think hopefully this will make it easier for people to watch the show, man, like live and stuff, right? Which I know there's a lot of you out there watching now, and I appreciate that. So everybody who tuned in, I appreciate you, man. You've contributed to the show. There's a Discord link down below this on YouTube in the chat if you want to join the Discord. There we do talk about games on the weekends as they're happening and stuff in there. You want to get in on that. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone that tuned in. I appreciate everybody who watched. It's always fun to do this, and it's better and way funner when there are people watching and sort of, give me a thing. And again, the show's moving next week. This is the last day that there will be a show at 7 a.m., right? So again, I'll see you guys later. You guys enjoy the games this weekend. Enjoy the games tonight. That's right. Matter of fact, I forgot to mention. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 49ers Rams tonight. No Brock Purdy. So I think the Rams are going to take that one. But anyway, I'll see you guys Monday night, 10 p.m.